ಬಹಳ ದಿವಸ ನಂತರ ಒಂದು ಒಳ್ಳೆಯ ಅರ್ಥಪೂರ್ಣವಾದಂಥ ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮದಲ್ಲಿ ಭಾಗವಹಿಸಿದ್ದೇನೆ. ಇಟ್ಸ್ ಅ ವೆರಿ ಮೀನಿಂಗ್ಫುಲ್ ಪ್ರೋಗ್ರಾಮ್ ಅಂಡ್ ವೆರಿ ಮೀನಿಂಗ್ಫುಲ್ ಡಿಸ್ಕಷನ್. ಸರೀನ್ ಎನ್ವೈರನ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಇದೆ, ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ ಬಹಳಷ್ಟು ಯುವಕರು ಕೂಡ ಇಲ್ಲಿ, ಐ ಥಿಂಕ್ ದೇ ಆರ್ ಜರ್ನಲಿಸಮ್ ಸ್ಟೂಡೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಅಂಡ್ ದಿ ಆಸ್ಪೈರಿಂಗ್ ಜರ್ನಲಿಸ್ಟ್ ಅವರಿದ್ದಾರೆ, ಹಿರಿಯರು ಇದ್ದಾರೆ. Very difficult to find a program where the senior most veterans of the journalism and the students are together. So I have got the opportunity to attend a program like this. I thank Aisha Khanam for inviting me and asking me to speak on this occasion. I don't know, I have lots of words for me because India is a democracy. Right? And if we are a democracy, we should not be debating about the role of media. It should be clear. Right? The basic question that today we have to introspect and debate about the role and character of the media in a democracy, that itself shows that where we have come and where we are heading to. Right? A healthy democracy is always complemented by an independent media. If there is no independent media, then that democracy cannot be healthy. The question today is Indian media independent? Or beyond a point, I would like to say, can Indian media afford to be independent? That is the question today we are having. Can it afford to be independent? When the Indian media is today taken over by the corporates and their interest is predominant, how can Indian media be independent? The mainstream media. I am one of the politicians who doesn't watch news channels, whichever, vernacular, regional or national, I don't watch. I read newspapers to understand a little bit. I don't know for how long I will be reading it. That is also debatable now. So, when I was young, my father is an advocate, although he was against me getting into politics. But he used to insist that read the newspapers every day, watch the news channels. When I was young, when I was after my school and college, in my PU and all that. So today, I'm a father. Can I ask my kid to watch news and read newspapers? How are they getting influenced through this? Is everything being played there is unbiased, neutral? No, because earlier there used to be a screen of some kind of a courtesy, a morality, what to be shown, not to be shown, what to be told, what not to be told. India has always been a country with various stakeholders, right? Hindu stakeholders, Muslim stakeholders, some other stakeholders, it's always been there. And it has, I will never say that India is today very communal and earlier it was not communal. Communalism has always been there. But was it appropriated in the mainstream? Is the question earlier. It was not. When I, as a young boy in school and college, when I used to read newspapers, if there was a communal clash somewhere, I would not be able to understand which communal group, whether it was Hindu or a Muslim, who attacked each other. What happened? One group of people attacked another group. There was a communal dispute. That is how it was reported. Because that communal hate should not spread across the society. That screen is no more there. Right? Now it is about Muslims and Hindus very open and very naked. And the mainstream media which had the responsibility of maintaining the harmony of the society has become one of the party to create disharmony today. And it's very sorry state of affairs for a country with 140 crore population, right? And today what has happened is, if I take up one newspaper, because I am a political person, I have to see there are various newspapers. At my place there will be 7-8 newspapers in the morning at my home. So when I see the newspaper, I know, oh, the BJP paper idu, your paper adu, your paper. So it is very clear. It's no more that a paper is independent. They can be critical of BJP, they can be critical of Congress, they can be critical of somebody else. No. So I know this paper will have complete for one party or for another party. So what happens is, there is no neutrality. There is no fair play. Today you can accuse, I'm from opposition party in the country, you can accuse me and say that your party is not effective. And that is why autocracy might take over the country. Yes, if my party is ineffective, in the sense that if I am not taking up relevant issues, when I take up relevant issues, am I getting the media space which I am supposed to get in the mainstream media? No. It is decided not in the editor's cabin which space needs to be given prominence. It is decided in some corporate house what needs to be given prominence and what not. When these young boys and girls who become journalists, who has a dream, who have a pen, with all the conviction they get into the journalism, are they independent enough to report against something which the media houses or the corporate houses or the government of the day doesn't want? No. And it's a fact. And आप कोई बोल रहे थे, it is about fear today. Why is it fear? We are in a democracy where the tallest leader, which holds the highest office in the country, has not held a press conference from last 11 years. Can you believe that we are a democracy? Technically, yet we are a democracy. And the leader doesn't do a press conference, that is okay. He doesn't, he is not comfortable. He doesn't want to answer the questions posed by you people. That is all okay. But yet, in curative interviews, he claims that I have descended directly from God. In a democracy where people get elected and dislodged by the will of the people, how can I become a holy man? I am a political person. I have been elected to hold some political office, execute some welfare for the people of the country. And if I say that I may be MLA regarding my constancy, God has asked me to come here. So when God has given me the license to come here and work, how can you question? So that is the meaning. So political leaders become, right? Many of the times, a rebel who became a king would not get legitimacy until the clergy comes and gives him that oath of allegiance to God, because the God needs to approve his thing. In a democracy, the people are the God. They should have approved your ascendance and you are responsible to the people. So, पहले तो आप लोगों से जीत के आ गए. ಜನರಿಂದ ವೋಟ್ ಹಾಕ್ಸ್ಕೊಂಡು ನಾನು ಗೆದ್ದು ನಾನು ದೇವರ ಮನುಷ್ಯ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ಬಿಟ್ರೆ. So this is the state of Indian democracy today. World freedom of expression, freedom of press index, whatever it is. Why does it hurt us? Because India is a great nation. We are a nation which never compromised. We are a nation which has seen worse than today. After the partition, lakhs of people were killed, lakhs of people were uprooted, hearts were broken, families were broken, and we started from there and we have reached in here. It is the greatness of the people of the country, and it is the independent media. Then, although even then there was some kind of a corporate backing, But that corporates were also not afraid of reporting against the government. And if you cannot question the government, better quit. Yes, of course. Of course, the owners of the house, media house, and the editors had a very distinguished role to play, and there was maybe no meddling between each other. So today what I am trying to emphasize here is that the most intolerance in the public field today is against independent media houses. Earlier, I want to go back and say during my times when I was in school and college, why we used to read newspapers is to know the facts, right? To know the facts, what has happened. Today, you need organizations to fact check what media is reporting. You understand from where we have traveled. Now what mainstream media reports, then an organization comes and fact checks, ye jhoot bola hai, idu sullu, idu sari. To that extent, ಈಗ ಫ್ಯಾಕ್ಟ್ ಚೆಕ್ಸ್ ಇಟ್ಕೊಂಡು ಬದುಕ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಪರಿಸ್ಥಿತಿ, ಆರ್ಟಿಫಿಷಿಯಲ್ ಇಂಟೆಲಿಜೆನ್ಸ್ ಬೇರೆ ಬಂದ್ಬಿಟ್ಟಿದೆ. ವಾಟ್ ಎವರ್ ಐ ಮೇ ಸೇ, ಯು ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಕ್ರಿಯೇಟ್ ಅ ನ್ಯೂ ಥೀಮ್ ಅಂಡ್ ನ್ಯೂ ಸ್ಪೀಚ್, representing me, and that people can believe in, and the media will always anyhow will bring it into the mainstream. But what will happen to the society they are living? It is a society which is a post-truth society. It is a society where facts are not facts. It is a society which is illusion. When mainstream media today debates not about the challenges faced by the country, not about the future of the youth of the country, but about Aurangzeb, who lived how many years back, I don't know, because now I'm getting interested in reading him, because mainstream media 600 years back. Yeah. So today media is debating about Aurangzeb. You on the channel, the debate is about Aurangzeb. And today if that becomes the mainstream news, what about that youngster who is sitting there, about his future? Who will debate about his future? Who will be held responsible about his future? Today his future depends on Aurangzeb's reign, and Aurangzeb has reigned for 50 years. That is the unfortunate thing today. So the mainstream media needs to understand that if there is no democracy, if there is no independent media, there won't be any democracy. It can be namesake democracy. If there is no democracy, there is no constitution. If there is no constitution, there is no human rights, there is no freedom of expression, there is no independent critical thinking. We will be subject to the diktats of the state, of the government, right? So the shield between the state, all powerful governments, and the people was the constitution. That is the shield which is protecting us, right? If that is not there, then there is no future in the sense that to live a life of dignity. Anybody can be. Today Sonam Wakchu is in jail. Can you imagine someone like Sonam Wakchu being in jail, who has contributed one of the most bigger contributor in today's time to the society and the country, can be put in jail just by accusing him to be anti-national. So the nationalism becomes religious nationalism, and the mainstream media appropriates that. There lies the challenge, and that is where we all have to stand up and raise our voice. The good thing about the technology is there are independent web portals, independent podcasts, independent people who are trying to keep the flame alive. But why should they be doing that kind of work which was supposedly be done by the mainstream media, is the question. So with these questions, I would not like to take so much time. I enjoyed thoroughly